Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Byronic, and this week on Star Guide Sunday, we've got delays to talk about, M50 commercial teasers, and more. Sit back and let's get this started. First up, we've got 10 for the chairman. There are two huge pieces of information to take away from this. Probably the most important to me is that multi-crew ships are slated to be functional by the end of the year. As to what ships are included to this, we don't really know. I'm pretty certain though, ships like the Connie, the Cutlass, and other upcoming ships are on that list, but holy crap do I hope the Retaliator makes that list. In any case, being able to fly with friends and in my Connie is something I've been looking forward to for a long time. Second, explorers rejoice! Chris Roberts stated that explorers will be able to name jump points, star systems, and potentially planets as well on first discovery. While some of this was alluded to in the past, hearing a continued commitment to explorers is great to see. However, I'm pretty sure that once I enter the jump point named Dick Butt that leads to the star system XXX Vagslayer 69 XXX, I'm gonna hate every bit of this idea. Moving on, we had a surprise sale this week of the Car2All Xian Scout. Okay, so maybe it wasn't an official sale, but someone working on the back end of the store made it appear for a short time where some people actually got a chance to buy it. Now, Ben Lesnick later that day wrote that it was indeed a mistake and confirms later in the week that there really is no set date to put the Xian Scout up for sale again. Another week, another stretch goal complete. Every single backer who's backed before we hit $52 million gets a goddamn jetpack. I'm so excited to live out my Boba Fett fantasy. You guys have absolutely no idea. Well, ignoring that, the 54 million stretch goal was announced, which includes more detailed AI activity. At first, that sounds vague as hell, but it's quite specific. The idea here is CIG will be adding AI character roles to the planetside environment, including the bartender, doctor, entertainer, nurse, sanitation worker, security guard, shopper, tourist, vagrant, and vandal. Now, these character types will be the common everyday people you see working around planetside. Personally, this goal confuses me. I find it odd that CIG ever planned to not have AI on a planet organized into specific roles to begin with. I mean, think about it. They have always planned to have a planet-side environment, which includes NPCs. Each of these NPCs has a role to fulfill, such as being a security guard and so forth. Now, it would make sense if they emphasized that these roles were being made more detailed, but they specifically say that they are adding 10 distinct types of AI characters, not putting more details on existing ones. It's probably just odd wording on part of CIG, well, but there it is. Earlier this week, Ben Lesnick addressed the drama going around about the whole earning a constellation in a week thing. For those unfamiliar, we found out that the constellation can be earned in-game within a week, and users are getting all butthurt because they think it should take longer than that. In Ben's statement, he makes it clear that that week is for the base constellation with absolutely no add-ons or upgrade equipment, or special variants such as the Phoenix. Likewise, he stated that all of this kind of thing is in a state of flux, wholly dependent on the economy model. I know it may be surprising, guys, but during development, things change, so unclench those butt cheeks and unrustle your jimmies. Now, onto something with a bit more substance. In Reverse the Verse episode 11, we got a massive amount of information in the form of tiny bits, so I'm going to fire them off quickly and in no particular order. Now, while I go over this information, I'm going to be playing the new Gladiator Bomber sneak peek shown off in the latest episode of Around the Verse, so enjoy. First up, we found out that the Retaliator, Avenger, and Starfarer will be coming out this year. The Avenger will be featuring 3 variants, including one with holding cells, one trade type, which excludes the holding cells, and a 2-person trainer. As a quick side note, the Scythe will also be available for players, quote, soonish. The M50 and 350R are closest for Arena Commander release coming in 0.9, and will both be on sale soon. When the Cutlass becomes available in Arena Commander, the turrets will be slaved to the pilot's controls just like the Hornet, but this is not intended when the Persistent Universe comes out. Ships including the Karak, Drake Herald, Banu Merchantman, and 890 are all in multiple stages of development, so keep an eye out on those soon. Finally, for ships, the Idris has a greater reveal coming soon. Jesus Christ, I'm excited for that, and stop with the soons! Once patch 0.9 is available, the Murray Cup will have 2 game modes, New Horizon and Weapons Hot. There really wasn't much given to explain these modes, but I'm pretty sure New Horizon is the generic racing, while Weapons Hot is simply racing with guns and missiles. Also, it was clarified that wind resistance will not play a factor in Murray Cup racing, even if it is in atmosphere, and CIG has been prototyping the ability for players to plot their own race courses. Finally, in Reverse the Verse, if you have access to multiple hangars from your ships and pledge packages, you'll be able to use the website to manually select which ones you want. Personally, that's pretty damn awesome, especially with the new hangars being featured in patch 0.9. That's it for Reverse the Verse info. Moving on, we were given an update on the status of Arena Commander v0.9. Unfortunately, it looks like the patch was delayed until next week. Well, to be more precise, an update on the status of the patch was moved to next week. We're really not sure when the next update will be, but I assume sooner than later. Why? Well, CIG is working through their Labor Day instead of taking it off like we are to get this patch out. While yes, it would have been awesome to play the Murray Cup over the long weekend, I'd rather have it working than sorta working and riddled with game-breaking bugs. Finally this week, those at Dragon Con 2014 got to be the first to see the Galactic Gear M50 promo trailer. This is easily the best commercial CIG has ever done since the Freelancer. However, no official game capture version has been released as of Sunday morning, so the only version we have is this phone cam. In any case, it's Top Gear in space, which is a win-win in my book. If you want to see the whole thing, check the description below for the link. Alright folks, that's it for this week's Star Guide Sunday. While I was disappointed the new patch didn't come out, we still got a ton of information and that awesome Galactic Gear video. Hopefully, next week we'll be in our ships racing or playing Vandal Swarm with our friends, but in the meantime, enjoy your long weekend, Americans, and I'll see you next week. My name is Byronic, and that is it.